Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, representing the squad. And today I'm going over an update of Blue Eyes. For some apparent reason, we got some support today. And I would like to showcase you guys how I'm running my deck now. We got the rarity bumps too. Rarity hoes are happy. So let's hop right into the main deck. We're not going to waste any time. So starting off with monsters, we are playing 3 copies of Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. Insane card, really powerful. Even going second, this card can actually help you to solve a lot of problems. Really strong. The new revival is insane. Like I'm really digging the deck. I've been feeling Blue Eyes for a minute, and now I'm just like, wow, I love the deck even more. And then you have 3 copies of Blue Eyes. Now, because I'm starting to rarely bump this deck, I need to change my sleeves to the non-matte, the ones that are more clear and kind of like these kind of matte, these kind of sleeves that are more clear and they show the detail of the rarity. Because like I feel like if I'm getting high rarity stuff, I can't have these kind of weird sleeves, but. We got 2 ultis. I need to have a 3rd ulti. We're going to just do a playset of Ultimate Blue Eyes. We're trying to like max out the deck as much as we possibly can. So 3 alternative, 3 Blue Eyes. True Dragon, Spirit of White. I only pulled 1 of the secrets, so I kind of just got 1 and 1. But once we get both the secrets, we're probably going to rarity bump that one to secret as well. So that's it for your dragons. Pretty simple. You just play 8 of them. You already bricked with just those 8. You don't want to play more than that and contribute to more brick hands. And then the new support, I'm actually testing out the King of D. I think this card is really strong because naturally the deck doesn't really have like a normal summon that's not Sage. If you are not in a position to summon Spirit of Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, or if you already used your Master combo to bring back your Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, there are other plays you can make, and this card can instantly just become a rank 8 play. Just by itself inherently when you have the targets in grave already. So King of D is pretty strong to me. Most people talked about the card, said it's not good, you shouldn't play it, blah, blah, blah. I think this card suits this deck's playstyle really well. When you think of it, already there's so many cards that have costs. So it's like, they're high risk, high reward, and that's really what Blue Eyes are. And I feel like this card fits its playstyle. It's very aggro. It gets you to your Rhapsodies. It gets you to your Melody a lot quicker. So it's just extra copies of your engine card. So I feel like 2 is correct. 3 is just a little bricky. I think 2 is just perfect just to have those extra copies of whatever you need. I feel like he matters. Like, if you are not playing him, that's fine. But if you are playing him, you have an edge that you naturally didn't have to begin with. And then 3 copies of Sage with Eyes of Blue. Obviously, he's your best starter card. He gets you to your engine. Your hand trap, your Fabled Catsit for the combo with Wind Blast. Stuff like that. He's just a really valuable normal summon. Oh, thank God. Let me do my Frieza lap. Oh. I can't do it right. We finally got a higher rarity than common for Master. Master happens to be my favorite of the level 1 light tuners from the Eyes of Blue archetype, which is basically just Blue Eye support. I love Master a lot. I started loving him more once we hit Master 04 because summoning this guy from Graveyard comes up a lot. If you're making calamities, if you're making bigger pushes, just in general, because he summons them from the Graveyard, they don't clog the extra monster zone. So I feel like Master is a really powerful one-of, and I would never not play him. And then for your stones, we play 3 White Stone of Ancients. And yes, we're playing that secret rare. I'm not sure if you guys can see it because the way the sleeves are. But we have the secret rare White Stone of Legend. I feel like this ratio is just perfect. For your level 1 light tuners, you want to play 3 Sage, 1 Master, 3 Stones, 3 Eggs, and then 1 Legend. And then the Searchable Veiler, because it matters against magicians. Summoning Blue Eye Spirit Dragon with a Veiler in hand is pretty problematic because you can Veiler their Electrum, which naturally would help them to solve a problem. Like, for example, they can, make Electrum and still make plays without Pendulum summoning because Electrum just does so much. But if you have Spirit Dragon plus Veiler, that's pretty strong in the Pendulum matchup, and you should be able to at least stall out for a turn. And that's all Blue Eyes needs is just a turn. They OTK out of nowhere. And 1 Fabled Catsit is a searchable target off Sage. And you want to be discarding this with all your discard cards just to help you to pop more cards. Even if you get Ashed, you can still deal with the problematic monster. Just in general, it pops actually just any face-up cards. So it outs Floodgates as well. For example, if your opponent hits you with like I don't know, like a skill drain or something weird like that, and you're able to discard this card for cost, even if they negate it, you can pop the Floodgate. So I feel like this card's still correct to play, especially when you start side decking your Twin Twisters. Twin Twisters hits 3 cards instead of 2, so this card just worth the 1 slot in your main deck. That's it for the monsters. Then for spells, we're playing 3 melodies. I only got one of the secrets, so it kind of looks awkward, but I still wanted to rarity bump at least one of them. So 3 Melody of the Awakening Dragon. It's not once per turn. Discarding is a cost, and that's the kind of downfall of Blue Eyes. It plays so many cards that are very cost effective, I could say like that, and Ash kind of just hurts this deck because Ash is literally a -1 for you. But if you're able to go off, you can go off. And then we should be playing 3 Dragon Shrines. Dragon Shrines really important. I need the secret rares as well. But I'm sharing my Dragon Shrines between this deck and my Zephyros. So I have 3 Dragon Shrines in my Zephyros and 2 here. So we would have 3 Dragon Shrines if it wasn't in my Zephyros. So you should definitely be playing 3 because I feel like the way the deck is now with that new Revival card, which is called Rhapsody. What is it called? Dragon Revival Rhapsody. You want to have your grave loaded first turn. And that's what this card does. It literally loads your grave first turn so that you can activate your Dragon Revival Rhapsody, and you can make a much bigger board than you were ever possibly to make. So I feel like Dragon Shrine is really clutch at 3. Not 2 Dragon Shrines and 1 Foolish. The actual Dragon Shrine, because it dumps 2 dragons instead of 1. So I feel like Dragon Shrine is just going to be a lot more powerful because of that card in particular. So those are kind of like your engine starters. And then for the draw power, we're just playing 3 trade-ins and 2 cards of Continents. We're not playing Desires or anything crazy like that. Desires works in this deck, I admit, but as you guys see in my deck profiles, there's some decks that I feel like Desires is good in, and some that I feel like Desires is bad. And this deck thins a lot, and sometimes, well, I'd say 70% of the time, Desires banishes my stone target, so my in-phase stones won't go off, and then I have to basically work with the dragons that I have because I have nothing left in deck. And if they break the board, that's pretty horrific for you because now you have to just pray that you have a Revival card. So just 3 trade-ins, 2 cards of Continents. So those are your starter cards, your draw power, your searchers, your playmakers going first. And then the next portion of the spells is just all the Revival cards that we have now afforded to us. So 3 returns. All 3 of them are secrets. Happy about that. I thought that it would be cheaper, but then again, it's a higher rarity, so it makes sense. Oh my goodness! 2 Dragon Revival Rhapsodies. I feel like this card's correct at 2 because it is searchable, and also it's a hard once per turn. I don't think you want to open up with this going first unless you have like a Dragon Shrine. That'll be the only time. You do discard a Spell or Trap for cost of Dragon for Lord of D, but Lord of D will pay off immensely if you have a graveyard loaded for this to go off. So this is a really insane card going first, going second. Mid to late game, it's the best mid to late game. It helps your grind games a lot, and your opponent can't hand trap this spell, so like it just has to go off. It's really strong. 2 copies of Silver Scry. Silver Scry is really strong. Summoning your Dragon Spirit of Light, obviously, to use his effect to banish. And then for more Revival, you have Soul Charge, because it's the God card. So you play 3, 5, 7, 8 Revival cards in your main deck. And then, of course, to sack people, you also play 1 for 1, because it helps out a lot. It really does. Like, the 1 for 1 makes a huge difference, especially because, like, you're trying to get Master Engrave as quickly as possible. That's the way I'm playing my Blue Eyes. I want Master Engrave turn 1, like, absolutely, Mando. And then for the traps, in order to make room for the new support, we have cut down on our traps. It was 3 Torrentials and 3 Phoenix Wing Wind Blasts. Now it's just 2 and 2. So we went from 3 and 3 to 2 and 2. That's it. You have a lot of draw power. You have a lot of deck thinning as well. So you have a high chance of getting these cards. And I prefer to open up with the Torrential sometimes because, you can board wipe your opponent and just bring your stuff back so you don't really lose anything. But at the same time, when you open with Fabled Catsif, there's no better card to have than this to be more reactive on your opponent's turn. That's it for the main deck. Extra deck is 2 Blue-Eye Spirit Dragons and, ooh, 2 sexy Secret Rare Azure Silver Dragons. 2 and 2 is perfect. This happens to be recyclable and revival. And also recurable through the Master's effect, so 2 is perfect. And you should not have to make this card 3 times, but I do play instead of the 3rd copy of him, Cloud Castle. Cloud Castle can revive him, keep him on field, use his effect endlessly. What I like to do for the combo is I'll go Cloud Castle, bring this back, make all my dragons unable to be destroyed. But before I do that, I'll go Master's effect, summon this from grave, and then Cloud Castle, bring this back. And then depending on which one I want to keep, I'll overlay the other ones into Calamities. But this is basically your 3rd copy of Spirit or your 3rd copy of Azure, so it just gives you the flex to where you don't have to make another one of them and you can just go into something else while still keeping them, which is really cool. So Cloud Castle sums up the level 9s. Then Crystal Wing, Ancient Fairy, and Black Rose Moonlit for your tag out targets to go into your Blue Eye Spirit. These, And this, because it's pretty easy to make. And believe it or not, Dragon Revival Rhapsody summons 2 dragons. One of them has to be normals, but there's no restriction to the other one. So you can actually summon back your Crystal Wing once he's properly summoned off of Revival Rhapsody. You can summon back your Azure Eyes. You can summon back your Blue Eyes. Dragon Revival Rhapsody is just broken. I'm telling you guys that right now. Everybody knows this. True King of all Chlamydia. And then kind of just like some standard rank 8s that just negate. Just negators because you want to open up with some negators for every deck. And then this is for your push. You just want to blow everything up. And then we have Decode and Link Rebel to sum up the extra deck. Pretty much every card you go into except for the Decode. It's not always. But I think we're going to be going into Decode more and more because we have King of D and Revival Rhapsody. Oh my goodness, what happened to my UDS pin? Oh, that is just sad. I think I lost my UDS pin or it must have fell out or something. I hope it's somewhere in my house. But that concludes my Blue Eyes deck profiles, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely stay tuned for updates on my Hair to Perfection because I'm definitely playing at least one of these in here. I think this card is just absurd. Some people say it's bad, but hey, let them sleep on it. Let them sleep on it, right? But we're going to go ahead and sign out and move forward to the next video, y'all. Peace.